Hey, it's me again, man. I'm just doing another review. This time we're gonna review, Tyler the Creator Goblin Deluxe Edition. Not that other gay shit that people pay less, to buy. The Deluxe. Okay, Tyler the Creator. Background of this album. We always start off with the background and then we move into the tracks. That's what I do. Okay, background. This was Tyler the Creator's first album that he ever released. He released a mixtape called Bastard. This is kind of like a follow up to it. I think you gotta listen to Bastard first and then this. Well, Bastard, Wolf, and then Goblin. I don't know, whatever fucking pattern. Just depends, but I recommend you to listen to Bastard first before you even listen to two of those albums to, get what he's saying. That's why Goblin's released. It released in 2011. Became really good underground album. I think Tyler the Creator is a little bit mainstream underground, whatever. The only thing he's underground for is because he's offensive. It's kind of horrorcore type shit, I wouldn't really call him horrorcore either. It's just, I'll just consider him in between mainstream and underground. Anyways, start off with the first track, Goblin. Goblin is, talking about his personal issues, how he is, fucking talking about how he's becoming famous and shit like that, how he's always living at his his grandma's house, my bad, wants to really become a rapper, and shit like that. It's kind of more of a personal track, shit like that. It's kind of, I think it's a good introduction of the album, and then head to Yonkers. Yonkers, way overrated, really like mainstream, but I love the track. Most of anybody does. Really good. Talks about suicide, shit like that. How he fucking hates Bruno Mars and these other mainstream faggots. Got respect for that. I have respect for all artists, but I do hate Bruno Mars sometimes. He doesn't. Sometimes he does good music. Sometimes he's not. But I'm mostly like a rap and a hard rock, fucking type guy. I don't really listen to pop that much. It's alright. It's not the best. It's alright. It's pretty good. I mean, I understand why people like it, but yeah, Yonkers. I would just, talk shit on these other artists, talk shit about these, what do you call it, these other artists, and talk shit about his dad, shit like that, how he's not there for him. Let's head to the next track, Radicals. Radicals, fuck, I think it says fuck like 50 times, I mean, I wouldn't even really consider this a song. I mean, pretty, I understand why he made this song, it's pretty much his whole album is about anger issues and shit like that. Radicals, it's alright, not a good beat, not good rhymes, shit like that. Talk shit about his dad, his deadbeat dad, how his mom raised me, and how he doesn't want to go to fucking college and thinks that you should do whatever the fuck you want to do, which I agree to that, but I just didn't really like the song. Now, Frank Ocean. This song's about, he's talking about this girl that he likes, that moved next door and shit like that. Really loves her and shit like that, but wondering if she loves him, always, talk every night and shit like that, And Frank Ocean's on the beat, he's on the chorus, Tyler's on the verses. To me, I think that's a really good song. It's alright, I'll give it's good. Transylvania. Auto-tune. That's what I can describe this song. Auto-tune. Auto-tunes shit out of it. Kind of like, dark, fucking twisted songs, how he's fucking bitches and shit like that. It's alright track. It's decent. I mean, I love Tyler the Creator. I love Our Future. Used to be a huge fan. Now, it's just an alright song. I mean, it's not the best that he ever did. It's not the best rap song, Nightmare. Nightmare, Tron Cat, and let's see, Sandwiches. So much good tracks, but Nightmare is probably one of my favorite out of all of them. really, really, really deep personal. How, you know, talks about his friends, talks about his dad, you know, says he finally has a family and shit like that, and you know how he's fucking satanic and shit. It's not really in fucking satanic, okay? People fucking freak out too much. He's just fucking trying to scare people, you know, trying to tell them how he feels and shit like that. And he gets judged for that too, and he even talks about it and shit like that. Next, he moved on to Troncat. Well, no, actually, let's stay on Nightmare. Talks about Earl and shit like that, like how he feels, you know, how he's in Samoa, you know, all these other, you know, deep, dark emotions, you know, he's always been put down all the damn time, you know, his whole life, and he was only like 18 when he released this, 18, 19, you know, how he feels, you know, about it, about life, you know, how he's always been put down, and he's going through a struggle, you know, and he auto-tunes his voice deeply, as, you know, as that, you know, Dr. TC, that therapist or whatever. Move on to Troncat. Troncat, this track is very fucked up. It's famous for a reason. Very fucked up. Lyrics are so messed up, satanic and shit like that. He did that for a reason. He's not really a, you know, fucking devil. He's a really good guy. If you know, you do research of him, shit like that. Troncat, you know, deep, personal, talking a lot of shit, trying to piss people off. I mean, that's the whole thing Odd Future's trying to do, is just piss people off. They're meant for that. And I liked the track. It was alright. Got good rhymes. Pretty fucked up, but overall it's pretty good. Her. Decent track. Talks about a girl again. You know, how he likes this girl. How she broke up with her boyfriend. And now he wants to go out with her. And then right when he got out, about to go out with her, he got so excited. And now I guess she's back to her, you know, old boyfriend or whatever. And he got pissed off about that. He got really heartbroken about that. Trust me, I know how that fucker feels. But I don't cry like a little bitch about it. I just fucking go over it and go on the next thing, you know. But people likes to, you know, keep those emotions, you know. Sandwiches. Sandwiches is a pretty good track too. Talks about how these people fucking deserves all that shit, and he thinks that's bullshit, you know, how it's not fair and shit like that. Talking about satanic, saying that why God hasn't helped me and shit like that, you know. Haji Beats also featured on this track. And Haji did his part. Haji and Mellow, you know, Mellow Hype is pretty, you know, kind of satanic, you know, atheist type shit, you know, music. You like that kind of shit. And yeah, it was pretty good. You know, the song is definitely, you know, it's meant for, you know, don't give a fuck, you know, fuck what everyone thinks, you know, why those fucking faggots deserve that shit, you know, that they have. Moving on to the next track, Fish. She's a bopping bitch. They don't really like that. He wasn't fuck about that track. I don't think he even should put that track, but he just probably put it just to joke around. Anyways, moving on to Analog. Analog was decent. Not into that kind of lovey-tovey shit, you know. Love music. I mean, if you ask me, I love Frank Ocean, Overcame, Thinking About You, listen to Drake and shit like that, but I don't expect Tyler, you know, to make a love song, you know, but that's what every rap artist is trying to do nowadays, you know. They talk about everything and they're going to see, like, what fans like the most, you know, out of that shit, so that's why you kind of put that track there. Didn't really like it. I thought it was garbage. Bitch Suck Dick. Love this song. Think it's funny. I think he should have put the song on here. Pretty, you know, good song. Got Jasper and Taco. It has a lot to do with the story because in the end, you know, he shoots them and shit like that. And that heads onto Window. And Window is just a dark, emotional type shit, you know, how he struggled and then he finally made it and he's still struggling, you know, and shit like that. Damo, Haji, Left Brain, Frank, you know, all of his friends are there except for Jasper and Taco because he killed them. Earl ain't there because he's already at Samoa. You know, and shit got to explain with it with Wolf, and I'll explain that shit later. Anyways, and then you know how they died and shit like that, and they, you know, spoiler alert, they got shot and killed too. AU-79, didn't really like that. That was more like an instrumental. Golden, yeah, he just talks about, you know, how growing up is being hard for him, how he's on tour, it's hard for him. He sees his manager, he sees his best friends more than his actual family members, his mom included, you know. And he just talks about that. I think it, talks about how he killed his friends and shit like that. It was alright. Burger, liked the song. I thought it was dope as fuck. A lot of people don't even like the song, but I think it was pretty good. Haji was good on those chords. I think that's pretty creative, with the shit they both did. Tyler the Creator, it's still talking about the same shit he's been talking about. Our critics dislike his shit, fuck people who don't like me, and shit like that. Untitled 63, I don't really like that either. I think it's more like meant for an instrumental. I think he should have removed it. Steak Sauce, didn't even really like that shit. Fucking wanna do a jive by under colon. I just, don't fucking feel that shit. Didn't really like the beat. Didn't really like the lyrics into the song more. Listen to the whole thing. Didn't really feel it. So I think he should have got rid of AU79, Title 63, Steak Sauce, and kept Burger for the last track. Golden, if you listen to the non-deluxe version, just the regular Goblin, Golden's the last track, and I think that's pretty good. But if the deluxe, I think they should have just did Burger and shit like that. I don't even think he should release even for the regular. I think he just should have just released, just Burger, and that's it. Anyways, this album, gave it out of 7.5 out of 10. Pretty good, mostly emotional story. If you like going through shit and shit like that, I definitely recommend this album to you. Definitely. If you love hip hop, listen to this guy, Tyler the Creator. Listen to the whole group, in fact. Odd Future, they're pretty sick. And yeah, just Tyler the Creator, Goblin, I think it was good. He did a good job, especially for a first album. I think 7.5 or 8 definitely deserves it. Some tracks I don't like. Some tracks I think he shouldn't even put on there. The songs in general, the songs that I do like are pretty great. I think he did an excellent job, especially the people he featured and shit like that. I think he should have just got rid of those 4 or 3 songs, Fish, AU79, Untitled 63, and Steak Sauce. I think he should have just removed that. Anyways, listen to the album. I think it was pretty good. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me an opinion, how it can be better. My ugly ass face, my ugly ass voice. It's whatever. Talk about what you want to talk about. Yeah, new thing too. Tell me what I should review next. I got Spotify Premium. I'll listen to anything. I've been listening to dubstep recently. Been listening to punk rock. I'll review those, artists and, albums later. But yeah. Peace. I almost gave you the guys the middle finger. That wouldn't be fucking cool, but peace. Like, subscribe, yeah, whatever. You know the fucking drill.